Dad and I have started a challenge unlike no other. We are in a race to win 7 different trophies from the 11 selected leagues and 2 big European Cups. However, once one of us wins a trophy, the other is unable to claim it as part of their 7. And after Dad won the first 2 trophies in Austria, we were finally able to move clubs. Dad's recent shock email to become the Real Madrid manager was another big advantage, as he then picked up the Champions League as well as La Liga, as I won the Croatian League, keeping his 2 trophy advantage over me. One season later though, and we are both claiming trophies at the end of the season, as our short stays at Arsenal and Juventus paid off, making the score 5-3 to Dad. And with just 2 trophies to win, I thought I was doomed, as Dad beat me to the Borussia Dortmund job to have a crack at the Bundesliga. After somehow pulling off a miracle in Belgium with Club Brugge, however, I'm now just 1 trophy behind him. And so it's time to skedaddle and apply for 2 jobs available in Portugal, as I really put the pressure on Dad. The better job of the 2 seems to be Sporting, and they are straight in with an interview for me. And the move to Portugal is complete, as they approached me to become the new manager. Finances are pretty poor though, so I'm just sticking with the same team that I adopted and trying to improve their position from last season, which was 4th place and 6 points behind Benfica. Meanwhile, Dad is indulging in another summer spending spree at Borussia Dortmund, hoping that this time it can carry him to the title, leaving him with just 1 left to win. Well, Dad, I'm here in Portugal.
Yes.
I could level it this year.
Oh, I'm a bit worried now, because you picked up one of the best teams in Portugal as well, so I just got to hope my Benfica do the job on you.
Well, that's it, because Benfica have actually been the best team in the league the last couple of years, or very dominant.
Yes.
Sporting won it 2 seasons ago, but as you can see, didn't even finish in 3rd place. They
No.
were 4th place the season before. Porto job was also available, but they were slightly worse off than Sporting. Sporting was the job I wanted out of the 2 after looking at them and discovering the players and the money scenario, the money side of things. But Benfica definitely have the best team in the league as it stands. They've still got the likes of Rafael Luiz, who's an unbelievable talent, as you can see. They are going to be very difficult. Bruno Lage is the manager as well, so, you know, they've got a decent manager in there. They have been dominating for a while. I've come to Sporting with very bad finances, by the way, and we're kicking things off with no money whatsoever. It's going to be very much a struggle.
Yeah.
You can see, made no signings. Nobody has come in that I have signed. I've just got to use the players that are already at my club.
Ooh.
But I did that before.
Yes, you have.
When we were
Yeah,
at Club
you're quite
Brugge.
capable of doing it.
So tactically, looking at this side, I've decided to set up in a 4-2-2-2 formation using complete forward in Suslov up front there, because he's not exactly the best striker. He's more of a centre attack midfielder, but I like this style of formation because Velis is very much suited to that right-hand side, so we'll see what he can do there. Melamond is a good shadow striker, can also play centre midfield. We've got Sheldrup, who's actually obviously come from Benfica at the start of the game, but there he is in my side. We still got Morten Hjulmand, who's been there for a long time now. He's 34, so he's had better years, but he's still going strong. Some good players in this team, but I don't look at this team and go, oh, we should easily wipe the floor with this league.
I think you got a very good sort of average side.
Yeah, I mean, there's also, to be fair, I've just done the best 11. It's nowhere near, like, Suslov drops into there.
Yeah.
Arezzo is my best player. He is the guy that will score me money, but he is leaving at the end of the season and exploring his contract, which is not ideal. So, yeah, it might be a bit of a struggle.
You've got a chance. You're going to be, I reckon you're going to be in the top 5 comfortably.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of luck. You never know what could happen. I can't see you doing it twice. 2 seasons in a row, going to a club and winning the league
straight away.
I can't see you doing it. Don't think you're that lucky.
No, Benfica obviously very good. That could be the sticking point.
I was like me with Dortmund, with Bayern Munich, innit?
Yeah.
You've always got that one really good side to beat.
Yeah. Season started well, though.
Oh, no, I don't want to see that.
But there's only 4 league games.
Yeah.
And I'm not actually top because Estrella and Benfica have also done well, but Benfica have dropped points. They've drawn again there, but Estrella Amadora has won 5 out of 5.
Now and again, you get a team that comes through like that, and hopefully they do.
So they might have a little bit of money, some decent players in there. We've seen a guy come from their youth academy who was very good from there. I'm in the Europa League, so that might cause a little bit of trouble having to play quite a lot of games there, which I've started off playing in quite a lot of games and managed to qualify. So we'll see. Obviously, I haven't played anybody significant yet. Although Vitória obviously finished in 3rd place. I did beat them 4-2 at home. But I haven't played Porto, I haven't played Benfica, and I haven't played Estrela yet.
No.
Those are the sticking points for me. But over to you, Dad. Still with Dortmund. Decided not to join me here in Portugal.
I was tempted. I was really tempted because it would have been a bit of fun with both of us being there. But I just felt losing the league by 1 point. I should have won the league quite comfortably. Disappointed I didn't, but I've still got a job to do there, and I think I've got a good enough team to do it. So,
all right. Well, we've changed a lot of things as well, because £58 million has left the club, and the players that you have brought in, if we're looking at it, quite a lot of them.
Yes.
Ampadu on a free transfer, bringing him in, good option there in midfield.
Yeah.
Jared Branthwaite, paid a lot of money for him.
I did, but but he's a good left-sided defence centre back. I'm trying to get out of me.
Bloody hell.
I took a long time to get that one out. Then,
yeah, you did, yeah.
He plays in a lot of positions, and centre back is one of them, and he's very good at it.
Ogote from Eintracht Frankfurt, so weakening them and strengthening yourself.
That was the idea, yeah, definitely there.
Then we've got Thomas Hernandez from Boca Juniors. It's always good to pick up players from the South American
I'll tell you what,
clubs.
our scouts were doing really well with this for the South American club, and they picked this guy up. I thought that was a good bargain, really.
Yeah, because Hugo's another one.
Yes, another
10
one.
million.
Yeah, 2 good players. They're really winger and a striker. They can do some damage for me.
Dusan Vlahovic, though, from one of my former clubs.
Yes, I know he was 33, but he's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
And you can't win a game unless you go score goals. So that's all I was saying. Yeah.
John Joe Thomas from Liverpool, £40-odd million.
Another striker,
he looks very good.
He does, doesn't he? Yeah. Very
he
good.
Looks absolutely fantastic.
And he's going to get better. So, I mean, I don't want to be around too long, but I'm not interested how he gets on later on.
And then Harvey
I
Elliott
needed that one player, sort of like an attacking sort of midfielder, and he fitted the bill, RB. So, yeah. Quite pleased with that.
All right. So tactically, then you're going with a 4-2-2 wide formation.
Yes.
Locking a fair amount of players in.
I did, yeah. I wanted to lock them just to make sure they played in those sort of positions as well, really. So, but Elliot was my sort of. He was the one I really needed, sort of that position. But he's picked up an injury. He's picked up as well. So
got the Omega Luke curse.
Yeah.
Out for 3 weeks in August.
So, that's not too bad. I can handle that.
Okay. Well, you're second in the league right now. That's because you have dropped points to Cologne.
Yeah, a bit disappointed
in a 1-1 draw there, but outside of that, you've won 10-2 in the Cup, 7-2 against Heidenheim, and 4-0 against Eintracht Frankfurt.
I mean, to me, that's the main result. That's one of the good teams in this league, and I've given them a beating. So, yeah, I'm happy with the start so far. It's a long season.
So it's just whatever Bayern Munich does, because they've still got 300 million in their budget. So Deschamps has been enjoying himself, and obviously they've got some cracking players like this man here, who is outstanding. I've got a feeling he might have won the Ballon d'Or recently, because I'm sure I've seen his name. Maybe not. Maybe he hasn't. But he's very much capable of doing so.
Definitely, yeah. And that worries me really. That, they've got such a good team. So hopefully I can do it.
Well, yeah, let's see what happens in the race to 7. Dad's still got his league, but how long will it last? Despite Dad adding a lot of new talent to his side, it was a player already at the club that was shining for him, as Max Bayer was flying with 15 goals as Dortmund sit top of the league by 2 points. My new side in Portugal was putting up a title chase themselves, but it was a lot closer than I hoped, as I sat 2 points behind Benfica, who was top of the league, but I had a game in hand over them. However, as we got to the back end of the season, only one of us was clear favourites to lift the title, because I was in the driving seat in Portugal and a chance to go 6 points clear of Amadora with just 2 games remaining. And Dad had begun drawing far too many games, but a win in their game in hand over Bayern would put them top of the league, but only by a point. However, a draw to Mainz was then followed by a loss to Stuttgart, a mistake for which Dad could not afford to make. And once again, he was trophyless in Germany. Well, if you look at the statistics, you should have won this league quite comfortably.
I only lost 4 games, but look how many games I drew. That's what cost me.
Yeah, 4 points behind Bayern Munich. I think you conceded way too many, because you're scoring goals. You can see that by having 3 of the top 4 top scorers of the league.
I mean, you just look at the Bayern badges on all of that, really. I should have won that league.
Yeah, very much so.
Bayern
most
Munich done me
assists,
again.
had that way better goal difference
Yeah.
compared to them, but they still finished 4 points above you.
Yeah, well, drew too many games.
Yeah.
Especially at the end of the season. That's what cost me.
So, not great at all. Did win the DFB Pokal. Oh, that's nice. Oh,
Yeah.
That's nice. Doesn't count, but still nice. I don't know. But that
I
makes
was
it...
there or thereabouts all season.
Yeah, but that makes it very interesting now because that brings us level after I went on and smashed the league title in Portugal. Benfica dropped off massively.
Didn't they just? They let me down stinking there. 2 seasons, 2 titles. Well done. Can't argue with that.
Closed that gap very quickly considering you beat me to the Dortmund job.
Yeah.
So there we go. I'm happy with that. I've bounced back very quickly there. I think a lot of people might have written me off after you got the Dortmund job.
I did.
Yeah.
I thought that was it. I thought, if I get that job, I thought you were gone.
Alejandro Valid's got 29 goals. He was my star player, as you can see there, and helped us lift the title. But not only that, get us to every single other final that we were capable of getting to, and won the Allianz Cup, runners-up in a Taça de Portugal, losing only on penalties, and losing in the Europa League final in extra time to Liverpool. So not bad season whatsoever. We were fantastic, considering, again, I have not bought a player in 2 seasons.
That's good. Just it's solely on your tactics. Well done.
So that means
That's a big worry for me, really, because there's not a lot
go
left.
anywhere.
There's not a lot left to go.
No.
And it proves that you can do things without money now, and I'm struggling even though I've had the money with Dortmund.
There are 3 trophies left to win. One of them is the Bundesliga.
Yes.
The other 2 is the Turkish league, and of course, the French league,
Yes.
which might be very difficult.
PSG don't come up. You're
If the
struggling.
PSG job don't come up, because they are still winning it. In fact, if you're looking at past winners, nobody else has won it.
Right, this is there.
And let me tell you, if the Rennes job does come up, still won't be taking it. So I'm really looking for either Marseille or Nice. I'm thinking, to be honest, to help me here.
If Rennes have come second and Marseille have come third, they're not going to be sacking their managers, are they?
No, Monaco ain't a bad shout. They got the 2 top scorers of the league there, so that's not a bad shout. I mean, look how good he is, Jesus Christ. And Mason Melia is not bad either. They finish in 4th place, still quite, but they got Inzaghi there at the minute. Ben Seguir is also a key player and still there. Finances, they are looking fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll definitely take that, because that's the trouble. We're finding ourselves now nearly 10 seasons in, or 10 seasons in, and finances at a lot of clubs are stinking.
I mean, I would be looking at that thinking
Leon, by the way, just got relegated.
top 7 sides wouldn't be getting rid of their managers.
No,
You wouldn't have thought so. So I can't see you going to France.
it might be Turkey.
You might have to go to Turkey if something comes up available there.
But nothing is available other than Ankara, who finish in 15th. That's not a viable place to go to yet.
Could be sat around
Could
twiddling
be.
your thumbs for a little while.
Unless something in Germany comes up. That would be
It
funny.
ain't going to be Bayern Munich, is it? Because they just won the league
No.
again. So.
But a nice little Eintracht Frankfurt would be redemption, wouldn't
Oh
it?
no! Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me.
Galatasaray won the league. Trabzonspor, Fenerbahce, and Besiktas rounded out the top 4. The 4 best teams in there, really. That's the trouble. They're not going to sack any of their managers.
No, you need one to down
So,
about 8th for 9th, don't you? Then
yeah,
sort of.
Nobody's really going to do anything there. It might be a merry-go-round if I do leave Sporting. One of those types of managers might get tipped. I don't know. We'll have to find out. But yes, I'm adding a trophy to my list, my checklist, and it evens things up. Crazy to think that when Dad got the Dortmund job that I would somehow catch up with him and level the scores within just 2 seasons. But it's time to leave Sporting now and Portugal and look for a new job, but at the minute there's just nothing around. And it continued that way all summer as no job of note appeared, and I had to watch Dad spend another £400 million on transfers at Dortmund, keeping him with a slight advantage over myself going into season 12. Okay, so we're at September. No jobs for me.
Oh yes, that's what I need.
That's not good. Not good at all. As it stands right now, you are well and truly still in the driving seat.
Yes.
Especially because you're spending £437 million in one transfer window.
It's when you got a good squad, which I did have, as in the amount of players you've got in there, and you start selling players for like 46 million, which was Harvey Elliott and things like that. I'm just sort of selling players, and I was getting my budget was going up and up and up, and then I'm buying good players, and then I was thinking I still had like 50-60 million in the budget, and I thought,
Yeah.
right, I'm going to improve my second player, reserve player. So when I was selling the reserve player, I was still selling him for like 20 million or something like that. So
I can't believe you sold Angelo.
he didn't want to sign a new contract.
I was going to say he was your best player.
Yeah, he was going to go, and I lost my main goal scorer on a freebie, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah, I lost
Maximilian Bayer.
Yeah, that I lost him, and I was disappointed because I didn't realise he was going until I looked at the squad and I thought, where's he gone? And when I looked into it, he went on a freebie, so he wouldn't sign a new contract neither. So there was a couple of players I didn't want to lose, but there's a couple of players I just went for certain reasons. I didn't think I was going to use them. But I still think I've improved my team.
Oh yeah, because he's very good, and you only signed him for £6 million.
Yeah,
so he looks great. That's Bayer's replacement.
Yeah, Scouts are doing really well again for me, really.
Tadibo, 34, bringing in
I just
a bit of
bought
experience.
So he was a bit more experienced, very good sort of a reserve player.
Carboni's good.
Yeah.
He looks like a decent centre back.
Do you know what? That's the player that I took the longest to buy him, really, because I needed that position more than anything as a third player to come into that position. And
he was one of the reasons why Estrella was very good in the Portuguese league.
Yeah, I mean, you look at him and he's not brilliant, but he's good at a lot of things. So
yeah.
He was like one of those players that took me a while to buy him.
Got a goalkeeper coming in, Mamardashvili.
Yeah.
You do love signing goalkeepers.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I wanted to get a second keeper in.
Panidis, £55 million, another centre defence midfielder.
That was the one player it was an easy buy. Got him in. Only 23. Look, he is solid in that position.
Gabri Vega, £56 million.
Yeah, he's going to be. I think he'll probably be on my reserve.
Silguera,
because he was going to be one of my sort of. That was a really good sign. I was pleased to get this guy in.
Okay.
Oh, he's so good in that position.
I don't look world class.
Oh, I think he's going to be good.
All right. Well, then you've also got Sonzine from Milan, £70 million. He's fantastic.
Yes.
He's a great left back. You could also play him at centre back, and he would not be out of place at all.
And you know
6'1", great pace,
we're
strength.
buying the left side of defenders as well. It's so good if you can get one.
Yeah, I would be if it was me, I'd be locking him in at centre back because he's got 19 concentration, 16 positioning. He is mental as a good centre back. And then David, which was nearly £100 million in total, a centre back who I don't think is as good as the one I just showed.
He's not, but when you think with both of them in those positions,
he is not a £100 million player.
You can only pay what they're asking you to pay, innit? I mean,
that's because you're signing from a rival.
Yeah, obviously.
They have seen you right off. I mean, everybody knows Eintracht Frankfurt's very good at selling players after, you see all the strikers that they sell. But £100 million, what do you think? Let us know in the comments whether you think that is valuable or not.
It's 86 million.
And 97 million in total.
Look at the positions he can play in as well.
I'm just making naturally, centre-back. That's it.
Well,
and as a centre-back, he's got 11 heading and he's 6 foot with 13 jumping reach. Not even aggressive.
He's still going to be there or thereabouts, isn't he?
That is a lot of money.
I think I've strengthened my defence.
I think the player before, the one that plays left back, is a far better centre back than that one.
He probably is, yeah.
Crazy. Let us know what your opinions on that player is, because I think that is a complete waste of £100 million. There are some unbelievable talents on this game that you could potentially get for £100 million. I mean, we'll just have a quick look. I reckon I can find a better player within seconds for less than £100 million. I reckon your scouts have found some for less than There is one. Look, Yvonne Simmons, £100 million. Not too bad. £92 million.
Well, hang on a minute. Yvonne Simmons doesn't play centre back.
All right, centre back there. Look, Budemeyer. He's better than the one you bought.
No,
he is. He is better and he's German. I think he's better than the one you bought. He's both-footed, pacey, better at heading.
Just.
Well, that's not saying much.
Proof's in the pudding. We'll see.
And your scout's rated at an A+, and he is less than half the price.
Yeah.
I think you really overspent there.
Proof's will be in the pudding.
It's not my money. I'm happy for you to make silly mistakes like that because it means I can counter it. I can make sure I can bring things back into it. So, Silguero on the left.
Yeah, I locked him in on the left because he kept on going to the right, and I wanted him to be my more attacking midfielder rather than support midfielder. Okay. So that's why I've locked him in, because he kept on going to the right.
Telehofsky is
and
also
like
there.
I spent so much time trying to pick this player. I wanted to lock him in to make sure he played as well.
All right, well, start the season. It has started well. You're top of the league, but you have dropped points. There's only been 3 Bundesliga games so far. You lost in the Super Cup to Bayern Munich on penalties. Stilgaro actually scored both of those goals there. He also got the equaliser there against Freiburg after being 1-0
I'm disappointed
down.
with that game. Very disappointed with that game. That's one that when you look at the starting fixtures.
Well, yeah, you beat the
Bayern
two harder
Leverkusen,
ones.
yeah, Leipzig. You beat them 2, and then you lose to Freiburg. So I wanted to win that game.
Okay, but there's still no jobs for me right now. I need to find a job.
Stay like that for the whole season. Come on.
Where do I end up? Should I actually find a job? Let's find out. Well, it took a while, but finally, in December, an option appeared in Turkey at Fenerbahce. That wasn't the only place, however, as right after, another in Monaco, for which I applied for and received an interview at both clubs. And it turned out that the Monaco job that popped up was a much more appealing role, and I accepted the offer to move to France. Just as that was happening, though, Dab was beaten in the league for the very first time this season and was knocked off the top spot by FC Cologne, as Bayern Munich was sat down in 6th. I had £24 million to spend at Monaco though, which I did in early January, preparing for my first game in charge in the league, and of course it was against PSG. I had some decent players already, and I chucked together a 4-2-3-1 formation and shocked the current French champions as we went on to smash them 4-0 in my debut game in charge. Now, unfortunately for me, Monaco being down as far as they were when I took them over meant I couldn't do no better than a 3rd place finish, but since I did take them over, we were unbeaten in the league. In Germany though, it was another frustrating season for Dad, and at this time, it wasn't Bayern Munich. I don't believe it.
Nor do I.
Cologne, pinching the league title, and with style as well, because you went a long time without dropping any points. I mean, Darmstadt was the last time you dropped points, which was back in March, mid-March. You won every single league game, including beating Cologne. And they carried on winning as well. They carried on winning as well.
I conceded 1 goal in that stretch as well.
Where you beat them, they lost 1 more game to Augsburg. That's how good their league was. They beat Bayern Munich. They just never gave you an opportunity, never gave you a chance to overtake them.
I'll tell you what, when you see Bayern Munich finishing 6th, that's when you've got to jump in and win the league.
Yeah.
If they have a bad season, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they sacked their manager now.
I mean, it is Sebastian Hernub. Was he there all season? No, he's been there for 71 days. So, Deschamps was sacked throughout the season, but I had already left, of course. I tell you what, if I hadn't have gone to Monaco and that come up,
that would have been so funny.
God, that would have been funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's fine. I'm all right with that because where I've gone,
I'm so disappointed with that finish though.
I'm actually quite pleased with where I've ended up because I'm in the most difficult league to win, I think, unless you're down in the Bundesliga by the looks of it.
I keep finishing second by a point though, don't I?
You lost less games than they did.
Yeah, 3 games.
Is crazy. You drew 8.
That's the second time I've drawn too many games. It's cost me the league.
Average rating, Silgara was top of it. You got a couple of players up there. It's just not good enough, Dad. Not good enough. Lost in the DFB Pokal as well, final to Bayern Munich. Unlucky, really. Very unlucky.
I honestly felt I was going to do it then.
Well, next season, should you decide to stay, you got £25 million. But yeah, all those transfers that you made.
Yeah.
David didn't even get a 7 average rating, and he cost £100 million. Crazy. Can't believe it. Didn't even get a 7 average rating. Unbelievable. Look at all those players getting 7 average ratings. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, only 5 players in your side didn't get a 7 average rating, and one of them cost nearly £100 million. I wish we picked that up at the start of the season, how bad of a signing that was, because we didn't mention it, did we?
No, you didn't, did you?
No, didn't mention it. No. Probably a lot of you are writing comments about how bad he is. Well, there we go. Anyway, sorry to gloat. But
I can't believe it.
I'm at Monaco. At Monaco, and I tell you what, considering where I was when I took them over, my first game of the season in the league for Monaco was against PSG. I thought, here we go. Beat them 4-0. Went unbeaten in the league outside of that. I mean, Rennes knocked me out of the cup. The Champions League, I was knocked out by Anderlecht. They were getting revenge because of the Club Brugge season, wasn't it? That was what that was. Don't really care about that, to be honest. I was just trying to focus on basically finishing as high at the league table as I possibly could, and I got that. I only dropped points to Lille, Toulouse, and Strasbourg. Those are the only games. Oh, and Nice, sorry, the 2-2 draw there, which was a 93rd minute equaliser from Stella, who's one of the players that I bought. I had a bit of money when I took them over. I only had £24 million-ish, so the signings I made weren't amazing, but there were only 2 of them there, which one was Stella, which was for £10 million. Then I bought a centre-back on instalments, Opperin, from Leicester, barely played, to be honest. He only started 2 games and 9 assists, 9 off the bench. But hey, doesn't matter. He did all right. He did all right.
27 million, wasn't
Yeah. I knew that was coming. In comparison, yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. I'll let you have that one.
David did play some games with me.
Oh, yeah, and he's still shit. But there we go. Stella, though, £10 million was a good signing that we picked up from San Lorenzo. 4 goals, 2 assists. I'm happy with that one. That was good. But I tell you what, this formation and this team is pretty good. And they've got money. They've got money as well. Another £25 million with a good wage budget to challenge this Pep Guardiola Paris Saint-Germain side, because he has been there for a while now.
Oh, you should challenge with him. Look at the team they got as
He
well.
has been there for nearly 6 years.
Yeah,
6 seasons.
He don't leave very often, does he?
No, he's won 8 cups and 6 leagues in 6 seasons. Oh, God, that is a bit gross, isn't it? He's won the Coupe de France so many times, Champions League as well. So, it's going to be difficult, but we stand every chance. They've only got £50 million. It ain't too bad, to be honest. No jobs coming up in Turkey, though. I don't think there's anything here right now other than Istanbul, but they finish in 9th place out of the top teams. Obviously, Fenerbahce come up mid-season.
Yeah.
It was a choice between Fenerbahce and Monaco. Monaco came back to me first. It would have been my choice to go to Monaco. And I'm happy with that decision because I think the Fenerbahce side, they had no money whatsoever. As you can see, 15% transfer revenue. They're in a minus bank budget. It's nice to just have some money for a change. So that's where we're at right now. So it's all about next season.
Yes, I can't afford to drop another season. I might stay in there too long, but nothing's come up, so I can't sort of say I should have moved somewhere because nothing come up for me really to move. So I've got to be happy with what I'm doing. I just got to stop drawing games. That's what's costing me.
Yeah.
3 seasons in a row, I've drawn too many games, and it's cost me 3 league titles.
It has. But the scores are even in the race to 7. You don't want to go anywhere because this one is now on a knife edge. Yes, with no trophy being won this season, Dad's advantage of just being employed over me is over. And after my performance in Monaco, the race to win the next trophy is huge.